Chair.
Yep. Okay, it is May 13th, 2026. It's 6:32 p.m. and we are starting our meeting. Okay. My name is Amanda Perez. This is I am the chair of the Education, Youth, and Young Adult Committee meeting, and we're gonna do roll call. My name is Marna Peña. I am the committee chair for Health, Human, and LGBTQIA+.
Joyce Polfus, committee member.
Christina Cover, committee member.
Andres Madrigal, vice chair for this committee.
Jaden Buxton, board member, non-committee.
And so, for those of you in the general public, you guys can please say your name and introduce yourself. We can start off with this one.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel George. I am the CEO of our Old Road Renaissance Basketball Charter School. That's under construction right now.
Okay.
So I think I'm looking forward to, obviously, we're moving into the community, and I wanted to make sure that I stop by and say hello and start to make connections.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll bring you back to the general discussion, so we're gonna go around to the introductions. Thank you for coming.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Fernandez and I am the principal of Storfront Academy. We are a K-5 charter school right in Jackson Avenue.
Hello, my name is Marcelo and I'm a board member representing the Felix organization.
Awesome.
Hello, everybody. My name is David, and I'm just a Bronx resident, being nosy right now.
We like nosy people.
Being informed.
Oh, hello, I'm Alicia and I am a senior at SBCS ICA. It's right next to Train. Train's like on the bridge.
You had did you have a speech?
Yeah,
Last week?
in the community board.
Yeah, that was a good speech.
Yeah.
You was complaining about school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Hi, my name is Aisha, and I'm also a student at SBCS ICA.
Awesome, thank you.
My name is Ragiatu. I'm a sophomore at Queens College.
Awesome. Next.
Anthony Jordan, district manager to the board, Madam Chair, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
have one more
Is
person.
somebody else? Oh, I thought you did already.
Hi, my name
Did
is
you?
Stephanie
Okay.
Polanco. I'm a community member.
One more time.
I'm a community member.
Welcome. Now it's my time. Okay, let's make sure. I think somebody. Let's make sure. Anthony Jordan, district manager to the board. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Madam Chair. We have a full agenda tonight. Back to you.
We are, can I make a motion?
No, we have the next one.
Okay, so we do want to allow the general public to share at least 3 minutes on anything that they want to share. And I know that a few people came today. And so would somebody make a motion to amend the agenda so that we can open for general remarks before old business?
Sure. I, Andres Madrigal, make the motion to amend the schedule or the agenda to include a public speaking session.
Okay,
Ask for a second.
can somebody second?
I, Christina, second.
Awesome.
Discussion on the motion.
Discussion on the motion.
Is that gonna replace anything else, or is this gonna go over 8 o'clock with everything else that's on the agenda and? new
Yeah, no, it's just gonna go right before old business. It's not gonna
business? I
replace
just have a
that.
hard stop.
Are you okay with it?
I just have a hard stop at 8, so I just don't want us to go over the
No,
time.
I'm hoping we're done by 7:30.
We'll see, you know?
Okay, so motion passed.
Yes.
All right, okay. All right, so we're gonna start with a public session and we can start with Stephanie.
Okay, so I'm a parent of 3 students at Dream Charter School. I just had a concern about like school safety in the area. As you know, it's kind of desolate area. It's more luxury apartments coming up, but they had an instance yesterday morning where there was an emotionally disturbed person that was harassing the crossing guard that we have struggled so hard to get in place. They were harassing the bus attendant, and then they snatched the phone of a student or a parent, and then they had to basically be held down until police arrived, and that took 20 to 25 minutes. And I know that the precinct has moved and it's on 3rd Avenue, but that they are having a presence again in Alexander Avenue. But I just feel like that reaction time of 20 minutes when their students, like this is a K through 5 school, like it's a K through 12 school, but K through 5 is coming in at that time, and this was at 7 o'clock in the morning, like 7:20 in the morning. And parents and staff had to try to restrain this person for 20 minutes while we waited for police to arrive. And there was a knife found, so it's just a huge concern. We just wanted faster reaction times, more school safety in that area, more presence, so that our families feel safe.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh,
I think everyone's okay.
Okay, I give the floor to District Manager.
Thank you, Chair. So thank you, parent, for bringing it to our attention. We immediately received a call from our staff member at the school. It is unfortunate and unacceptable that the NYPD so long to respond. One, parents and children, and even more, 1A, is we have an enormous amount of respect for our school safety, school crossing guards. And that was horrific when I first heard about it. And we are talking now to the commanding officer of the 40 Police Inspector, Scott Cunningham, about response time. Apparently, there were, whatever issues there were, we still need to make sure that our young people and our parents and our staff who are part of our school system feel safe. We have a lot of conversations with people who live in that area who feel like there is a lot of lack of resources in that area. And it's extremely concerning to our team. And it is something that our board is working very closely with, and we will bring it up in the general board meeting at the end of this month to have a conversation directly with the executive commanding officer of the precinct, the inspector, to ask what happened, because it is completely unacceptable. It's my understanding that gladly we had the school security staff who had to hold them down. They were not aware there was weapons found. But the lieutenant of the police, the administrative lieutenant who was on duty at the time in that morning, was instructed to go back to the school, talk to the school crossing guard, parents who was around, the school staff. It's my understanding that he did speak with everyone, but as again, I invite you to be able to make sure we directly talk to NYPD leadership in this conversation, because you or any parent or student does not deserve to feel at all unsafe when you're just doing something, taking your child to school. I know that anxiety is high over there, and we're going to be paying special attention by asking NYPD to have an officer posted in the area, given the fact that there are a lot of schools in the area where kids are going back and forth, getting on public transportation, etc. But I appreciate you brought that to us. I'm glad that no one was seriously hurt.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Stephanie. So anything that we can do to follow up, we'll send you an email or reach out to you directly, okay? Thank you. Next.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel George. I said before, I'm the CEO of the new Urban Road Renaissance Basketball Charter School that's being built down the block. I come for a number of reasons. I think number one, any school that comes into a community needs to put feet on the ground before you open. And I think that's something that's going to make my face known as the CEO for our school. To invite, when we are ready to do campus tours of our campuses, which will be pretty soon, just invite you all to come take tours.
What's the address?
647 Health, this is where we're here. And I think 3 as well, to just leave information, my personal information and information about our school behind. I think we have a unique option that we can offer kids, and we seek to become a staple tenant in our community. And I think part of becoming a staple tenant is coming to meetings like this, introducing ourselves and making sure we say hello, but also making sure we're very clear about what we offer and open to continually work with people.
What do you offer, and how does that relate to what's already in existence in the community?
I think for us, there are a few things. We have our school has a unique instructional model. It's a unique instructional model. I want to just kind of talk through that. That has the title of the school is basketball, but it's not about basketball itself. We have basic core general classes. We have also classes that talk about the ecosystem of basketball. So kids take classes on law, choreography, dancing, all nutrition, things like that, all careers that are attached to basketball as well too. And our school has numerous partnerships with that provide opportunities to kids, whether it is, early college opportunities for kids to do internships with companies such as Centric Brands downtown, opportunity to do internships with the NBA itself, partnerships with New York Knicks, partnerships with the NFL, like things of that nature where kids have opportunities to have a holistic educational experience. One unique feature about our school is that we have something called the Legacy Program. So it is teachers and staff in our school, once kids do graduate, we become their mentors and we track them through college. So there's bi-weekly contacts with kids. So we track them through college and make sure that we bring them back to campus, provide supporting events and things of that nature. For us, with our community space, one thing we're looking to do is to find ways to leverage our space as we become established and host events from different community organizations as well, to ensure that again, we're a staple tenant in the community, not just another school or another institution that's coming in to just take.
Are you moving in from somewhere else? Are you moving?
Yes.
So because the school's already in existence, it's
Yes.
just now relocated.
Yes, we're located to our permanent home. We are up in 1617 Parkview Avenue in Pelham Parkway, the area. That's our temporary home. It's actually a Catholic school, Our Lady of Assumption, an old Catholic school that closed down. But our aim and our goal was to always come here and to build in our neighborhoods like on 3rd Avenue. And that's why we purposely chose this location here in Elton Avenue. And for us, we want to gain the trust and respect of the community as we come in as we move in. Whether obviously there's always going to be the push to make sure we grow kids and things of that nature over time and now. But the idea first is you don't get that without taking the first necessary steps like this. Just actually come look at people, look in the eye and say hello. I literally just left school and I'm gonna go home afterwards, but this is the stop off to make sure that we're very clear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we are gonna invite you to the general board meeting so you can present to the entire general board. Does anybody else have any questions?
I was gonna add, Madam Chair, when we did that, if I may.
Mhm.
We went to the groundbreaking,
Yes.
met with some members of Monica Major and Hakim Amadi and other people who are known to the board are sit on the board of this institution or in this together. So we're excited to learn more about, as time grows, about how this institution fits into the fabric of our community and ensuring that they provide quality education, career development opportunities for our next leaders in the sports industry. So I appreciate the CEO coming by today.
I also encourage you to actually visit. There's a school called Careers in Sports that's also in this district. I'm a public school principal.
Yes.
High school principal. So that's why I was questioning, have you done any research around what's already here to even see how maybe you will want to collaborate so that it's not like a competition for students and what have you, because it's not like a lot of kids anymore as in the past, but yet there's always like new schools, in this particular area, particularly charter schools that are continuing to add on, and just interesting to see like how you're going to stand out from what already exists and what have you.
And I think, if you may respond, I think for us, when you think about education, you think about what is the purpose of charter schools when you move into a neighborhood, you always see collaboration, right? That's someone. I know that may have been a chunk, but for me, who's been working in charter schools for 20 years and was like 16, then you always see collaboration.
You've experienced collaboration?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's something because ultimately at the end of the day, we all teach the same kids. There's no such thing as a charter school neighborhood. We all move into a neighborhood to teach the same children. And if there's levels of expertise that can be exchanged across the board, that's ultimately a win for the community that we serve, because the ultimate winners are the children. Not
the ideal winners are the children.
Yeah, and that's how I lead personally, and that's how we lead organizationally. So the idea, even coming to this meeting tonight, is to, got cards and information about the school, this is the beginning olive branch. Because for us, you can't be a school in a community, you have to be a school of the community. That means you respect the prior residents, whether there are people who live there or schools who are housed here. And when you do that, when there are other educational leaders, the first thing we do, if there are ways that we can connect and push to do better work for kids, that's what's most important. So I'm looking forward to those opportunities. And if you have any recommendations, I would love to, I have some cards here, I'll give you my card. I would love to take yours so we can continue that conversation offline. And thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I do have some ideas and
Yeah.
additional feedback, but I do want to move along.
Yeah. I want to add one more thing. I think it's also important when we think about the nature of collaboration. We have an influx of charter schools in Marhaven. That's just it. It's what it is. I am not on the school end. I'm on the social services end, working with families. I have parents that come to me all the time complaining their kid is in this charter school that there was big dreams and hopes for, but they're not getting supports with their IEPs. They're not getting any supports with their behavior, just all of these things. And from the very beginning, I always try to speak with the charter schools that come to my center talking about that they're opening up. It's like, okay, who's doing your outreach? Because I have 20 parents right now that will do some outreach for a pizza party. And the reason why I say that is because we want to make sure that if you're housed in our, and this is not just to you, right? This is to any charter school coming into the community. If you're housed in the community, let's prioritize the kids of this community.
Yeah.
And so is there outreach in the NYCHA developments? We have many NYCHA developments in the neighborhood. What about the communities outside of the surrounding NYCHA developments? So just ensuring that there is a community outreach plan that's equitable and that we're ensuring that the children of this zip code are going to these fabulous programs that are being housed in this zip code. So I just want to share that that's not a comment or anything. Just wanted to share, and I'm absolutely open to speaking about what outreach could potentially look like, because I know some schools have paid vendors thousands of dollars for outreach when you can work with the communities, provide stipends, pizza parties to do that same outreach.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for that. Thank you for the promise.
Okay, awesome. Next.
So I just want to add my 2 cents. One of the main reasons why I came is because I actually attended the last community board meeting. I heard you speaking, and I love where students have voice. I work with elementary school students as a principal. I started as a school counselor, then AP, and now the principal. And I love when a child, the youth speaks up of what it is that it means to them. And just like you said, we're teaching the same kids in our communities. The other day, I was very upset. I had a conversation with a vendor, and he said, oh, I know you're in the Bronx. I know the parents in the Bronx. I said, no, you don't know the parents in the Bronx. What do you mean? Parents that care about their children, that want the best for their children? So my goal, I just got this position 5 months ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And my goal is to make sure that I am empowering my students, that I am collaborating with DOE schools, with charter schools, but that I am in the rooms where these conversations are happening. Because at the end of the day, it is for our children. So I reached out to you, Amanda, and I wanted to make sure that I came in today and I want to be part of this. I love how a couple of months ago, you guys started having a book giveaway. And I came in, with some of my kids and share some bookmarks. And that was the beginning of that. But I want to make sure that I am not just showing face once in a blue moon, but that I am more present, and that if I say I'm about this, if I say I'm about education, that I'm really doing the work, and that I'm collaborating with people that are doing the work.
Thank you. Let us know your school, the address, and the mission of your school.
Yes, so it's Storefront Academy. We're located at 609 Jackson Avenue. It's a small school, K-5. We are a school that services students with IEPs. We also have a large population of ELK students that, after a year and 2 years of being with us, really show a lot of growth on their NYSIS lab, on their proficiency. Again, coming from the school counseling background, social emotional learning is not just a buzz term. is something that we live and we do every day, and that student voice is something that we want to amplify. So right now, we've been saying it, there is under enrollment because there are a lot of different charter schools, because there are options, and that's a good thing for parents. Options are good, because not every school is for every child.
Yeah.
So those options are good, but again, it is in learning what is it that children in our communities, going out to the NYCHA buildings, really forming different relationships with different organizations to see what is it that parents and students need so that we can do more of what they need.
Thank you so much for sharing. I do want to make a quick mention. If you came to the meeting because you wanted to share something, but I understand it's going to be 7 o'clock and you have to leave, we will not take offense to that. So if you need to leave, you can absolutely leave. I just wanted to kind of open that door in the event that anybody needed to step out, because I do know that we started a little late. But we'll move on to the next person.
Hello guys, again my name is Marcelo. I'm representing the Felix organization.
Which one?
The Felix organization.
Felix?
Felix.
Okay.
It's a organization ran by Run DMC and Sheila Jaffe, and it's a camp for it's an organization for kids who are in foster care, and I've been teaching swimming over 15 years, especially a lot of the kids here in the South Bronx. So many kids and all over New York City, and going back to what we were all talking about is the resources that these kids need, like especially like being at camp for over 15 years and going through different stages, and it's all about like really showing up for these kids, and because sometimes like the parents don't have that full force to push their kids and work, but sometimes like us as leaders, we're a strong force to put out to the community and just like stand our ground and make sure these kids like succeed and do what they really want to do, and yeah, I'm just like, we need the resources for our kids, like.
Okay. Is there anything that you can maybe a link or a brochure or something where we can learn more about this organization?
Sure, I don't actually have anything. Oh, actually I do.
It's the FelixOrganization.org.
Yeah, it's the Felix organization.
Okay, awesome.
This year's our 28th anniversary. We started in 2006, and we just been progressing, serving all kids all over New York City, sending them to camp every summer. We have over, I can see 7 programs that we have for our campers. We also partner with the New York Colony, the biggest child care agency in New York City. So like, I've been in rooms where like CEOs, I met President Bill Clinton, and been to like so many things that I feel like I could give back to our kids because it's important.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I actually have cards for you guys.
Is there an open enrollment right now for the summer?
For the summer, possibly.
Okay.
Like, yeah, starting now, like, I just randomly have these in my bag.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Does anybody have any other questions?
Well, I just have a quick statement to make, just regarding everyone here. Just in general, the sort of theme I'm getting is, supporting our youth. I just wanted to make it known that, we are located in a very, very deprived district. It's been stated numerous times as the poorest congressional district in the United States. And that puts an immense stress on the children as well here. I'm a big runner. I love running throughout the day, throughout the evening. So I see that a lot of our community. I run here in the Bronx. I run Randall's Island a lot. And I see a lot of youth doing drugs, unfortunately, around St. Mary's Park, around Randall's Island. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention as school administrators, as parents, as other community members, just to help out in whatever ways. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that I've been seeing that as well, and the stress that it puts on the youth. Instead of doing drugs, we want to have them doing other activities like basketball, like other sports activities. And it's just something I just wanted to put out there and just make everyone aware here and on YouTube. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how does a young person get involved in the Felix organization if they were interested in learning how to swim, or they're interested in attending a camp, or just want to be on the wait list? Like, how does one take that?
So that's why I'm here. So to broaden out, so like we only serve like kids who are in foster care or at risk. And honestly, a lot of our kids are in the foster care population, especially our teens. Like so many teens in the South Bronx, and they're in the foster care population. So it's easier to to get in, but we're pretty open, and accepting to like any kid at risk or like if you want to learn how to swim, or the Felix organization provides the funding or the necessity that the child or the team may need.
Got it.
Thank you. Is there anybody else? Do you want to share anything? Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My name is David Rakaba, if you want to know my last name. I'm a Bronx resident. I don't have no organization or nothing right now, right? But look, what do I have to say? I have to say that I'm very much so actively outside, right? So therefore, I know what goes on out here, right? The South Bronx, yeah, I know what's going on out here, right? But I will say that I dealt with a situation 2 weeks ago where somebody was intoxicated. She was dealing with a domestic violence situation with her man. He's on house arrest, so he's not supposed to be outside, but he comes outside. And they were fighting, and he misplaced her asthma pump. And she was drinking outside. It was a hot day, and she was panicking, going crazy because she was running out of breath. I went all over the world, like all over the neighborhood, asking people that I know in the neighborhood for an asthma pump. I eventually found one, and I transported it to her and saved her life, right? I have a lot of different statements, but I don't think that any of the statements or any of the speeches that I have prepared have anything to do with the topic of the youth right now, right? I will say that I am interested in the youth council coming up on May 30th at 5. I signed up already for it last meeting. So I'm very much so interested in that. Talking about the youth, I think that if we're talking about the youth, I have a lot of friends that own dirt bikes, and these guys like to drive around Randall's Island, right? They use Randall's Island because of the fact that it's a whole island, so you don't have to worry about cars. You don't really have to worry about pedestrians really walking around in there. I think that it's such a big park with so much space. Maybe if you use this specifically for maybe like bikes and like those people that be on the scooters and stuff like that, if you use that big park, designated it for like bikes and stuff like that, we would have the youth excited. We would have the youth maybe going on Amazon shopping instead of being in the house, and maybe purchasing a bike just to go to the island and experience it. Something small like that. Maybe we can maybe raise a GoFundMe or something if we're talking about the youth, right? I have a lot of other statements that have stuff to do other than dog feces, because we've been talking about dog feces for about 2 weeks now, right? So I have a lot of other statements that I want to make, but I really don't think that right now is the best time for it. But when it comes down to the youth, the only thing that I can think of as of right now is to maybe get a park where it's designated for bikes, for these guys that's on the streets, for these guys that's just standing around with nothing to do. These are men. We definitely need to burn some of that testosterone down,
Yes.
right? So if we had a park or something, I think that would be great.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I do want to let you know that the chair of Health and Human Services is here, and so I'm sure she wants to share something.
Yes, I just want to give a comment. Thank you for sharing. Anyone that has any comments, concerns in regards to the environment itself and what's happening, you're more than welcome to come to my my committee meeting, which is the 20th of this month.
This month.
Next week, Wednesday.
6?
The 20th.
At 6?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Can I also offer something else?
Yes.
So our committee is education, youth, and young adults. So it's not just school-based that we support. If there are young adult issues that should be discussed and raised, and you offer that as a young adult, please, bring that to the table as well. I'm just throwing that out there because it's not just exclusive to, young school age.
My worry, my main concern is that something actually being done. This is why I'm actually showing up to these community meetings. I want to see how you guys work, and I want to see if things are actually getting done. So that's why certain statements I don't want to share because I don't know. I'm still learning. You understand? I don't want somebody to just put my idea to the side and I made a statement. You understand? So what I can do is spread what the topic is about. The topic right now is about the youth. And like I said, I'm very much so outside all the time. So
Are you gonna be outside this Saturday? Because we have a book exchange happening.
well, I try to come to the pantries, but I always miss it on Saturday.
Well, the pantry's earlier, and then
Yeah,
in the
it's like 10
afternoon
10
will
a.m.,
be.
right? Yeah.
Pantries at 10 a.m. and then the afternoon, I think around 2 o'clock. This at Roberto Clemente Plaza outside of the 3rd Avenue stop. We have a book exchange. You're welcome to come
What time?
join us.
2?
I believe it's at 2 o'clock this
Yeah,
Saturday.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll also add, I'm forgetting the name of the organization, but there's Bike Fest coming up. And speaking of bikes, there's an organization that does a biking route here in the South Bronx, and I think that's on the 21st on my calendar. And they're looking for volunteers for Bike Fest, and they shut down the streets, and the kids get to ride their bikes here in the South Bronx, and it's a fun day. So we might be able to get you connected if you'd like to volunteer with them.
I think
Bike Fest is a lot of fun.
I think the streets is the only thing where it's like I want to say something, but I don't think it should be on the streets because of the fact that strollers, a lot of pedestrians walking, and if you're going fast, where you're not supposed to be going fast, but you're going fast and you're on a bike, the person who's on the bike can hurt themselves, or whoever they hit can hurt themselves.
Yeah, they
Even
do
though
it
you're
like,
blacking it off and you have police and stuff like that, some of these bikes aren't supposed to even be on the street. They don't have a plate.
Right.
So it's like now it can be confrontation because of the fact that they want to be part of Bike Fest, but they don't have a license plate.
Oh,
right?
that's right. These are like regular. Yeah, these are not the bikes. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, these are just like the old school bikes, not the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but interesting on activated of Randall's Island. I wonder, like South Bronx Unite, if you've heard of them. Like, there's a lot of work being done to increase waterfront access and get more people at Randall's because it is a resource.
About Soundview Park. But because it's a lot longer for them to go up and down.
Yeah.
But based on this community board being about South Bronx, this is why I'm bringing
Randall's.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
Thank you so much for coming. And again, we're here. We have a calendar of all of the committees. So if you want to make a statement at all of the committees, you're more than welcome to come to all of the committees along with our general board meeting. So thank you so much for speaking up and advocating. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
The book exchange is 1 to 3.
1 to 3. 1 to 3 for the book exchange. Thank you.
Okay, so
there's a question over here.
yeah.
Oh, so since this is
I'll send you the
about
Bike
youth,
Fest, but it's not
and
that kind
I
of bike.
see
But
how it's like a lot of different perspectives. As part of the youth, I did want to put on my 2 cents, but I don't know if I could do that now wrapping up or.
You can do that right now.
Totally.
Okay, so I personally, I'm 18 years old. I just turned 18 in February. I'm a senior. But being someone in the Bronx, although I was born in Harlem and live in like Harlem, like near 125th, a suggestion I would, or something that I would say to speak up for all the youth, because I know different types of people, people who don't speak, people who don't care. I would say that I feel like the youth is very misinterpreted,
it's like misunderstood.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys see, but like when there's like the only mall in New York, which is like in the Bronx, I think it's Bay Plaza or like one of the biggest malls. Like normally kids just go there to like do a bunch of ruckus and stuff like that, and then they end up saying, "Oh, we're the parents," or "These kids are bad," or "These kids are that." But to be honest, I don't really see much going on in the Bronx, like any activities for the kids to do. And although I do know that you guys do put your effort in, I feel like maybe it should be the word should be spread out more because maybe you guys do have different platforms. I could be wrong, but I think a lot of kids don't know about this. So I feel like maybe in schools, like for example, your kid goes to Dream. I'm like right next to Dream. You guys could give out flyers to different parents, or like walk around the neighborhood, or walk around like schools that are here and just leave it off there. And you know, if you see a kid, like just hand it out. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do think that in the school and just the community as a whole should be like have, because I know a lot of kids don't have motivation, including myself, to even go outside. But if the motivation is given, and it seems like, and the things that you guys come up with seems like it's exciting, then I feel like it will all go good, or there will be a certain change. And I feel like in school it's really important as well, because a lot of parents, especially in the South Bronx, like there may be kids in the foster care, or there may be kids that aren't really financially stable, or IEP, or L. You guys call it L. I call it ELL. I'm probably saying it wrong.
No.
A lot of parents do need the support. You know, it's not just the kids, which is like the parents, they need the support, and then with that support they could help their kids. But if the parents can't give the support to their kids, then it could be the teachers, or it could be the CEO, or it could be the principal, or it could be anybody, you know. Like, it's not just one person who is in charge of anything. I feel like if we all come together as a community, there could be a certain change. And although it seems like it's just a fairy tale, it is possible. So
Yes. Yes.
Can I ask a follow-up question? I was just wondering, speaking on behalf of young people, what sort of activities, or what do you think is missing that would be something that would be attractive to, a high schooler, or someone who's 14, 15 to 18 that will want to do after school to still remain engaged, or to still stay connected within a community? What sort of activities?
maybe when it comes to like social environments where like kids are comfortable to speak to, I don't know, like people in the community, because I know this is an open space, but I'm sure not much kids are in tune on what's around. Like, I probably walked by here a million times and I just not noticed y'all. But also it could be like the events that you guys do, like the bikes and like running sports, because I'm not gonna lie, like me, let's say before I even knew you guys, if I heard that there's a bike thing going on in the South Bronx, I'm not going there. They're gonna shoot up the streets, you know what I'm saying? Or anything could happen, because like I know a lot of teenagers have died and they always say, oh, they're gang members or they're this, but that's just the wrong interpretation that they get from kids who are people of color or Black or low income. They think that everybody just finds a way to get killed, but that's not what it is. Like a lot of kids just get killed innocently. You know, they could be riding a bike, like just having fun in the event, and then something could happen. So I feel like that could go on, but obviously with some safety procedures. And then I think that the community board could also like team up with, or like team up with like schools as well, like partner with schools, not just with one, but with two. And if you're like, oh, it's 3, that's already enough. Just keep on trying with other schools. I'm not saying you guys aren't doing that.
No, but this is really helpful.
I have to say, for what you said about like what is missing. I don't know if it's like there's necessarily something. I wouldn't say it's that it's missing, because I know there's like a lot of opportunities and stuff. But I think a lot of the kids, they don't have the chance to. Because like I'm thinking right now, like the first thing that pops into my mind is like how a lot of like once they like from 14, 15, the first thing that they want to do is SYP, get some money. They want to do the first thing that a lot of these kids think about, and it's because like everything is so like demanding for money. That's what everyone is like programs and stuff. It's you apply, you're waitlisted, and then if you're waitlisted, you get a job and get money, then maybe you can have some fun.
Incentives, that's a good point.
When you get waitlisted, they never hit you up back. So maybe there could be like a thing where it's like giving out, I don't know,
Thank
running and then giving out money to whoever wins or something like that.
Yeah, thank you guys. We have to wrap up this part of the conversation
Thank
because
you.
we have a whole agenda and this is just the welcoming. You have 30 seconds.
I just want to add to what you said about what attracts 14 and 15-year-olds friends do. So if your friend is smoking, sometimes the person will follow their friend is smoking rather be on the block instead of being inside the school.
Mhm.
So I think we just need to go as a community on what she said and just support things more. So if you have like a bike fest or something, your kid has to go to the doctor, have the doctor give out the pamphlets, something like that, where it's just like all the community is kind of like invested into bringing your kid to like this program. You know, it's bigger than SYEP.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I'm gonna pass it over to our Vice Chair Andres for old business.
Sure. So yeah, just wrapping up some old business. Thank you all for speaking and still being here. Just 2 points I want to highlight here. The first being the appreciation letters for donors. As you know, we've been doing this book exchange for multiple months now, starting in around January or so, or the spring, and it's been really amazing. We've had so many different people come up and really, engage with us, from stay-at-home moms to people wanting to, start their own book club. So it's been really amazing to see how we've been transforming the Bronx one book at a time. And as our appreciation to people who've donated, from principals to parents to other individuals, we wanted to just say a quick thank you by sending an appreciation letter out to the donors. So we just wanted to see if that is ready to be sent out to the respective people we have on the Excel spreadsheet, and good to go on that. And do you have any status on that?
So if you add it, I don't have access to the Excel sheet.
It was added to the book.
But it's added to the Google Doc. And so if you have the letters will be printed up as soon as you guys approve that the Excel sheet, you can share with the office, and it would be a space for your signature as the person who led the donation.
Yeah.
I don't have access to that. I don't believe.
Okay.
So I just need to have access so I can address them appropriately. And if on the spreadsheet, does it mention which committee member facilitated the donation? Then I can add their name next to the chair's name before it's sent to the or shared with the donor.
Yeah, I mean, we have the letter here. I dropped it in the WhatsApp chat. Everyone can take a look, see if it looks okay. And then in this spreadsheet that we've been using to like internally organize, we have the names of some of the schools and organizations. I know Joyce and I, had worked together. I don't know if we've tracked every single donor, but definitely the biggest ones who sent in multiple books. It shows the donor. I'll drop this in the chat too. It shows the donor. It shows the point person and how many books they donated. Okay.
I don't know.
No, I've been in communication with the school.
I know
They have
someone
a
else
large
I've heard about it. But
Awesome.
Is it all the same donor or?
Yeah, it's still laboratory of finance or
Right.
something.
So they want to donate personally directly.
So last time I had picked up books and it was I can't do that no more. So I invited them to drop them off here.
Nice.
And I told them that there's someone here, at least, in
Yes.
the evenings because of the meetings.
Yes.
But so I wasn't sure. So when I follow up with that particular principal, I'll
And
invite
then
her.
so you'll be the one signing off in your letters. Who else was part of the?
Well, I think we could just do just a
Kind of general.
sign off. If it's a letter like that, I'm wondering too.
So letters like this are usually signed off by the full board chair, the committee chair, and the person who facilitated getting the donor. So if you were the person, is the donor, you're saying thank you, and the board is saying thank you.
So maybe we're
Because
gonna.
you want to make the connection to that, to your facilitation.
Of course.
Getting the donation.
So we should add that to the spreadsheet if that's not already there. Like who facilitated the.
Each point person. I want to say, gosh, thinking back, Valdez Prep, Explorations Academy, City Life Community Outreach, Laboratory School of Finance and Technology. I think, Joyce, these might have been connections that you were able to help us. And we can connect with Jacqueline as well, but it's been a while. But
Yes, I have 1, 2, and 6.
1, 2, and 6.
Are we able to add a column with which committee member made that connection?
Totally.
So that we can add their signature?
Absolutely.
What setting?
Absolutely. So I'll say facilitated by, and then I'll put Joyce at 1, 2, and 6. It's been a minute since I've looked at this.
I think the City of Community Outreach, wasn't that,
That might have been
Dorna? No, what's her name? She's the lawyer.
Delorny.
Delorny?
Yes, Delorny made that. I believe so.
You okay with the language?
Yeah. And then Steven got 94 donations. And then there was Fatma,
I think she was
an individual person. I'll sign one.
Wait, we haven't received more than that?
I have so many.
Are ready to come in.
I just, I know, I think, I don't know if we logged them.
So how do we,
I don't think we can log them.
Yeah.
so how do we?
Yeah, so if there's no objection to changing the language, I think we should just approve this.
I didn't
and,
read it,
be good to go.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Christina's the English teacher, so.
Everyone's good.
Can we get any comments on YouTube before watching right now?
About.
No, I'm just saying like as far as
Yes,
comments.
yes.
Where do we see that at?
I'll see it, it'll come up on my phone or either come up on
Gotcha.
But it's someone commenting
No,
that.
but, somebody just said that they are on the YouTube, so I just wanted to know if we have.
Yeah, I do see 2 comments.
Oh, are there 2 comments?
Can you read
Christina,
it,
can you read it?
Someone said, the Felix organization just had questions, I guess, wanted to know more about it, but that was from previously. So I think that was addressed and we learned more about the organization. That was basically it.
Okay,
And someone said, no, you don't. But I don't know what that was a reference to. So that was all. Yeah.
who said no, you don't?
The same person, but I don't, it seems like it was from a while ago.
Okay.
So I don't know what it was a response to.
Okay.
That's the thing with the YouTube comments.
Yes.
It's hard to tell, but thank
Yeah,
you.
Okay. So,
Sounds good.
Okay. And the other item was just regarding the autism awareness walk.
Wait, can I
Yes.
just make another suggestion
Go.
for the thank you? Is there a way maybe we can just do like, I don't know, like a postcard type of thank you that we can make copies of, so that someone can get something like immediately?
That's a great point.
And so that, you know.
Because we do get a lot of drop-ins,
yeah, I think that we should.
like a little.
That's up to you. I was just providing the thank you letter on letterhead, it says extremely appreciative. But you want both, or you asking for
Well,
one?
so one of the things, like
Or
we
future?
had maybe 2 people that's on the list that we were able to capture that were just community members who were like, oh, I always have books that I can just donate. And just us creating the space for people to do that, you know, we just wanted to still show our appreciation, but it may not need to be like a formal letter, but if it could be like something that we have on hand, just in the front right here, for anyone who decides to drop off, it's like, you know.
Or
immediate.
Or if you have do you want to have it with you also? Not at the table, only here on hand. And if you have an idea of a thank you one that we can purchase, please share with me, a link with me. Then I'll.
Oh, that would be great with the Xerox machine, because you know I'm coming from a space that may not have that many resources. You gotta be right there with you.
You know how that is.
Yes.
Make those copies. Make those copies.
And Canva.
Yeah, a cute little, I see like a little thank you on the spot.
She's a superhero with the Avery.
Listen,
come
on.
So if you want,
So
all
we
right.
can send something. We'll send something in the chat.
Send me like, and then I would
collaborating with them.
purchase it from the Avery, and then it'd be easily created, right?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good.
Or it's the hub.
No extra.
Okay,
I'm on the same
So
page.
the follow-up is that who's gonna send me the link to the stock
That's the people
Avery?
sponsoring or collaborating.
I can circle back to, I'll provide the thank you card itself, like on the Canva, and if you just provide the paper where it can be printed off of.
Yes.
Right, so I'll do the writing piece.
So wait, what is the square, like the feet, the measurements for the hair?
I gotta ask my secretary that, I have no idea.
Would you mind texting me
I
back?
can do that.
Thank you.
When I return, what's
So we'll circle back by Friday, is that fair?
That works.
Yep, and then the formal letters are ready to go.
Yes.
and it's approved, like we're.
And approved.
Okay.
Right, and the final 2 points were the Autism Awareness Walk and the Autism Research Brochure. This is initiatives led by Jackie, another member of this committee. So yeah, just the Autism Awareness Walk was a walk done a couple weeks ago at St. Mary's Park. The collaboration with the Mont Haven Run Club. They meet Mondays at 6:30. So they did that once and it was amazing. There was a lot of turnout for that. And Jackie will provide,
No, I'm singling him.
Oh, okay, no worries,
I'll
yes.
follow up with him about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah, we'll follow up, and then, so Jackie's gonna provide us the brochure items, resources, because we also wanna give out some resources as well during the book exchange.
Mhm.
We just don't want it just to be a book, that we give someone or that's exchanged, we want it to be something more meaningful, so we can give them community resources if they're looking for something, whether it be education-based or anything else, and also put our name out there when it comes to community, as a community board. So those are two items that we'll follow up with Jackie on.
Yeah, I know Jackie wanted us to work on a brochure, so she wanted it to be like a committee project that we work on a brochure for autism resources, in partnership with some other organizations in the South Bronx that are doing work, with children on the spectrum. So Jackie's not here, she is listening. Hi, Jackie. So.
Sorry.
She is. Hi. So this is definitely something that I think is a great idea, but since she's not here, we're not gonna talk too much about it.
I think it's gonna be interesting to see how this like makes movement, right? Because we can't do much in these meetings. A lot of the work for anything to actually come to fruition requires outside meetings. So Jackie, whenever you're ready to create a new chat so that folks can get on board, and maybe you can create like a Zoom meeting or something to get this moving. And then also if she can set a date, what's our goal? What are we aiming towards so that it's not just an idea that just continues to stay floating?
Yeah, that's really, really good.
So I'm gonna add, it's gonna be a collaborative,
Initiative?
initiative, because she is gonna be my chair.
Oh, yeah, I
For
heard
the-
that.
my vice chair.
That's great
For
news.
health and human. And so we've been discussing about, initiatives and ideas, and so we'll definitely loop you guys in, cause I want you guys to be a part of it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, awesome, thank you.
I have this random question, is PS 17X on 156 and 10, is this part of this catchment?
Yes.
My son goes there,
Mm-hmm.
my
Yes.
son's autistic,
Mm-hmm.
so do you seek partnership with the school, or would you want to talk to
We
the
definitely
district?
love that, yeah.
I don't think we can speak to if we're partnering now. I think we can absolutely, we'd love for them to come and know what we're doing. I don't know if we can make a comment if we're partnering with them right now, just because I'm not sure.
Right.
But we'd love to learn more about the school, and if the school wants to come to a committee, we can invite them over.
Yeah, I'll talk to mom.
I'm shooting you an email, so you got.
Yeah,
I got
my
you.
son goes right there.
Awesome.
Thank you. Okay, are we done with old business?
Yes, we are.
All right, so new business, we were going to have a presentation from New York Roadrunners. I'll let you speak to that.
Yeah, so I actually was running around St. Mary's. They have an open run here at St. Mary's that starts at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. So I usually do that bright and early in the mornings. But I just spoke to someone who was a representative from New York Roadrunners, and they were interested in speaking to our committee about new events they were planning and maybe do a collaboration event, an official event here in Mont Haven. But I would have to speak with them a bit more about that, just to communicate and follow up to see if they're ready to present with us. They weren't ready this meeting, but maybe next meeting we'll be able to have them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just a quick heads up, New York Roadrunners is the organization that sponsors the New York City Marathon and the United Half and the Brooklyn Half. So these are pretty big events, and it would be very crucial for them to come and support us here in Mont Haven. So
That's awesome. I have aspirations of being a runner. My motivation hasn't caught up on my aspirations just yet, but I have walked with my Haven Rock before.
Love it.
So to your point, actually, about meeting, even in between committee meetings, the last two points are a new date for committee meeting and off-session planning. And I was reading the minutes from last session, and I saw that was coming up. And so I wanted to give you guys the floor on if this day doesn't work, what are the other days that you guys think would be best that can work with everybody. I don't think we have quorum, so we wouldn't be able to make a vote today. That would probably have to be next month, but we can at least come up with some dates. We can put it on the table. And then I know that June is our last session. But I work 12 months a year, so I'm absolutely open to to continuing to meet even in our off session. And there have been a lot of people that have approached me about wanting to be a part of this. Do I have to be an actual board member to come to the meetings? And then I think just thinking about what outreach could potentially look like this summer. Marilyn and the Health and Human Services team is planning a health fair at Pulaski Park that I think is gonna be really important for us to be a part of, and that's in August. And so I don't wanna say everybody has to do work off session, but I wanted to kind of open the floor to, one, what does off session look like for planning? I know that once a month is not enough to do all the work that needs to be done. And first of all, kudos to this committee, because you guys have put the community board on the map. I just want to say, with all of your initiatives. And so it is an honor to be able to do work with you all. But I know that doesn't happen because you guys meet for an hour and a half or 2 hours on a monthly basis. I know that it takes all the in between. And so my commitment is to keep up, support in all the ways that we can, but also understanding like if there are some shifts that need to be made, let's make them. And so this can be an open discussion around a new date for committee meeting and what does off session look like for everybody.
Well, with it being May, can I offer that any sort of new date it be for next season?
Yeah, for sure.
I think so. Right, next season.
Yeah.
Totally.
May I also offer that at the end of this season that we set goals, what our themes are going to be for next, because one of the things that we realized this year is that we can't do everything. It was like a list of things we wanted to do, and because it's the work outside of our meetings in order for it to actually come to fruition, the ideas. That's a lot, especially when we all have, jobs and families and other outside responsibilities. You just can't do everything. But if we prioritize what we want the focus to be, or the focus to become for the season, that can happen. So last season was, the job fair. This season has been the book exchange. We still haven't done the seat at the table, which we now,
young people,
which is about to graduate. But of course, she has, peers at her school and others that may be great participants with the idea of the seat at the table. What were other things that it was just so many different ideas. Oh my gosh, and I didn't bring my notebook.
We mentioned,
So really having like folks, even those who are absent today or who haven't been able to like physically be here to be able to converse with us around like what would they be interested in to take part in, because it will require like a collective effort, not just one or two people.
Not just one.
Yeah.
And if I may add, Chair, I think one other possible topic of discussion for that off session could be financial support for our ideas and being ready, because I know, Mr. Jordan supported us, Anthony has given us guidance. We know that like the strategic community boards around, Anthony has shared, they know their ideas, and then they're already talking to the city council member. They're already talking to get the financial backing. I forget the process, but like if you don't do that in time, it's cut off, and then a lot of things come out of pocket. So maybe in the off session, if we know our goals, we can also say, okay, what are ways where we can get financial support? So we're going in a front foot and we're proactive and we have the resources we need to support our programming in the upcoming season or session. Yeah.
That's good.
It's tough.
Question regarding budget priorities. Does the community board budget run like a regular city budget? So the fiscal starts in
We
July?
don't know the budget.
And then are committees allocated a certain amount every year?
So community boards are not funded to do events outside of normal daily operations. Community boards usually, if the city council member does, we did apply, we set back a couple of steps. So the leadership of the board did apply for discretionary dollars this upcoming fiscal year to help support community events. It has to be the desire of the council member whether or not he or she wants to fund community events, or he is funding money for this operation. Community boards, when doing events, have historically be able to, when they're looking to plan an event, plan so far ahead that they partner with Pacific, sponsors. So,
Thank you.
or sponsors, so they can be able to, sponsor those events. So, for example, I see at the table, if we know what the cost for food and refreshments is gonna say, for example, be $500, then we'll ask for a PO for $500, purchase order for $500 worth of stuff, and they take it to MetLife Insurance Company. If they look at this one event and says, we're having an event in 3 months, and we would like for you to be able to purchase this part of it. So that's how it goes. It's the forward plan or planning so that you can be able to go reach out to sponsors who need to invest in community projects like this.
And if I could act just to clarify, would it be the committee members who would go to like a MetLife, or would it be the Paula, or who would do that kind of?
So this board has a process. When the board the committees are looking to do something, the chair of the committee has to bring it to the executive committee. There's a document that we fill out so that's forward planning. The chair's gonna ask a lot of questions. How's your committee? The chair can't facilitate the entire part by the end. So, and Myron could be an example of it. You know, how are your members getting involved? Who you're reaching out to? Who are your partners? Who are the likely sponsors? Because we want to forward plan to make sure that we also are not breaking any conflict of interest rules that says that someone you're asking someone for a donation who likely has business before the board, which is a big no-no. The committee members may not know who his future thinking is gonna have business for the board. So that's why the process has to be as forward thinking, and then you get to say, these are the no-nos, then you go to these groups and you can apply for it.
Okay.
So this communication. So the answer is yes with guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So there's not an allocated budget, but there is an
now.
Got
For
it.
now.
But
Okay.
there's an opportunity for us to be able to get
Thank you.
sponsorship. We have to plan in advance. Okay, so for instance, let's say the committee comes up with 3 big events, right? Do we need to bring that to the executive board, and then the executive committee has to vote on that, if that's a yes or no?
So 3 big events, there's a document that we have internally that the chairs of the committee have with asks very detailed, specific questions. Who's assigned to do this? Who's assigned to do that? The Google Doc, all those things, tracking this, how are you tracking this, and so on. And then they have to vote on yes. Once you have the proof that you have the forward thinking, people are engaging and involved. Because say, for example, Andres doesn't get reappointed to the board, God forbid. And
Impossible.
Or count you out, right?
Impossible.
And so you have to be ready to who's gonna handle, who's gonna delegate that responsibility. So yes, you have to be able to make sure that you delegate and forward thinking and assignment, and to get approval by the executive committee. Yes.
Gotcha. So if we say we want to do 3 events, and now the committee
in the new season,
and the committee votes that these are the 3 events.
Yeah, complete the form.
We have to do the form. After the form is complete, we bring it to the
you go
executive
to your
committee.
colleagues. You say, "Hey, colleagues, this is what my committee wants to do."
But they can say yay or nay on this.
Your colleagues can say this is not a focus of the committee board, is out of whatever.
How would they know that it's a focus if they're not in the committee meeting?
It's your selling.
Gotcha.
Thank you for asking
You're
these
the
questions.
salesperson.
These are the questions we've had.
You're the salesperson. You're the person that goes put Marilyn has been going out there for 2 years.
So to be fair, I was not one to complete the form because our previous chair for 2 years had already stated that this was something that needed to be done. And my focus now is to incorporate all the committees to this health fair so that it is an initiative for all of us, and that we're all pretty much teamwork of this health fair, because it's August 1st. We're gonna shoot you guys. At Pulaski Park. We're gonna shoot you the flyer, but it's still upon for approval. Those are my 2 cents. But that's the focus.
Yeah.
But I had to go back to the moon and back.
Okay. Yes.
I have to say, yes, we had a lot of but we had a lot of passionate conversations that went on for 2 years, and she's still, and this is an example that I share this. She's still going in. A lot of the stuff is. We all know everyone here has a full-time gig, and then we all know staff has a lot of stuff we're doing, and we want to support that. So we have to also think about that. How do we get the staff scheduled correctly, because the frustration was, everybody, this is a good thing. Why you guys not down? And I agree. We
But-
want to. So at the same time,
This is to motivate you guys as well
to
on
be,
what is the pros and cons if need be on this health fair, because it is outside. The job fair was so successful last year with everyone's help, and I think that, we wanna make sure that we continue to put that
Build
in.
And we
Yeah.
have a buy-in.
Clarissa was really also on board,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
having a chair, the board chair. She was like a partner for us at the time. So I think that also helped. Even it was like once you find a location
Yeah,
that happens to be free,
yes.
you in there.
Okay.
and that took some. I'm just add to that. That took Saturday. I think Joyce picked me up like, let's go, and then it took that somebody went to the store to get the sandwiches, and it took some. So it takes again everybody.
Exactly.
Cold
Yeah,
whatever we took,
pivot.
we was outside.
That was good.
Somebody's at the door.
Thank you.
Okay.
Question.
Um,
Like getting like sponsorships and are we able to like write grants for
Hmm.
So many rules around.
So there
That's a
is.
great question. That's a great question.
That's what,
I love the
I'm a grant
idea.
writer for my organization. So like maybe like how does that work?
I think that there's a lot of
That's a good
regulation
question.
around what fundraising is looking like. One of my
Champ is
priorities.
here. No.
Hi.
Sorry.
Hey,
One of
good
my
to see you.
priorities as chair is to have a full understanding of all of the logistics.
Yes, I agree.
And all of the bylaws.
Is
And having a full understanding of what we can do, what we can't do. But I also, I've learned in my nonprofit work how to do a lot with very little.
Mhm.
And so I think being strategic is gonna be important as
That's right.
well.
That's right.
And ensuring that when we do these events, we are always going to work in partnership with
Yeah.
an organization, a CBO, somebody that's already doing the work. I'm gonna speak for myself now, not as chair, just as Amanda, right? I am not a fan of doing what everybody else is doing. I believe that we can facilitate spaces together.
Yes.
I think that if somebody does something really, 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 really good, we can be a part of that.
Exactly.
We don't have to
A
replicate
silo.
that.
And
Yes.
it just exactly.
And so I believe that the South Bronx does really good work. There are so many organizations, there's so many educators,
Mhm.
schools, grassroots organizers who are doing really good work, that as the community board, we can connect. We can learn what people are
Yes.
doing, we can bring them in. And so that is my hope, along with understanding how do we raise money, how do we apply for discretionary funding, how do we do all of that so that we can have these goals and then meet those goals and not them just be something that is in the cloud for the next, season.
That's right.
So to that point, because I know that we're on a time crunch, what we're bringing to the agenda in June is going to be, we'll talk about what the potential next date
Yeah.
could potentially be, but that won't start until September,
Mhm.
right? We're gonna talk about goals for the next season, or tell me, are we gonna choose dates that we can meet
Oh, I was
in the
thinking of
summer?
like themes for
Themes.
like what are we working towards? Like
Okay.
events. So if we want to take the autism
Yeah.
workshop thing, or if we want to bring back a job fair, or we want to continue with the bookish, like what will be the themes that we're going to pour into
Mhm.
maybe in the fall, winter, spring,
Mhm.
because that's what we have, or
Yeah.
and then I think over the summer it's like brainstorming the hours, the man hours that's going to be
Yeah.
needed so that we can
Yeah.
be strategic around it, and so that it doesn't become like something that's overwhelming.
Totally.
Okay.
Because we think about like the ideas that we had and what we were able to do, it was all specific to the community. Because wanting to
Totally.
respond to the data that was collected,
Yeah.
from community members about what was needed. So
Yeah.
just want to be aligned with it so that when we present to the executive board, there is no question.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that financial piece, if that at that next meeting, being on our front foot and doing whatever needs to be done so we can get some fiscal sponsors to help
Yeah.
us achieve our visions.
Okay, so we're gonna add that for next month's agenda. I have a question for you. You see how we did a public session
Mhm.
before we got to our agenda? there weren't any presenters, but how do you guys feel about a public session before any committee meeting?
That's totally fine, because, time commitment, some folks can only stay, I think it incentivizes folks getting to sit and meet, they know that they can share at the top. I think it's okay. Well, I'm curious what other people think, like, as opposed to at the end, you're saying, at the beginning.
I think, yeah, we should have it before, but we can maybe also include it, like, we can do amendments to the agenda, add that as a public speech or as public hearing session maybe as well. Just because I know some of us, especially me, I couldn't make it 4-6 previously, so that could give also committee members a chance to hear what other people want to say as well.
Yeah.
So I have both options maybe available.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you wanted to, we can do half in the beginning and half at the end. The good thing is that this is our committee and we can make the decisions, right?
That's right.
And so we'll add that to our agendas moving forward. Again, I want to apologize that we started a little late. We wanted to prioritize a conversation with the girls. But it's 7:43, and if there's nothing else, or is there anything else?
I'm wondering if we can just, I'm just reaching out to Jackie now. I know she's traveling, but the others who are not who's on the committee, who's not here, maybe if we can, people have like a relationship with them to try and do a special outreach, because June's meeting is going to be so, informative.
Yeah.
And setting the tone for next season. If we can just try and make a concerted effort. If you can hear us, please
quorum to get
June
quorum.
10th. June 10th, I think is the next. Is that correct?
So
June 10th, Wednesday, the second Wednesday.
I have that. I have it on my
Yeah.
calendar for this. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, June 10th is the next one. Yeah.
Great point.
I guess, can you guys confirm that those that are on that list are still actual members?
I cannot. Just your manager. Can you confirm? Genuinely? Like, that was a few meetings ago.
Yeah, I
wasn't even at it. I had to write my name.
To become a member was last month, right?
Oh, the application, like, so to be a CV, to join the board?
As of now, is correct. The chair, has, so to make it clear, the chair does have the prerogative at the request of the committee chair to make changes to, the committee appointments. And that's something the executive committee is gonna be discussing in the next, meeting as the new season comes in September. So while we do have folks here, they may not be the same folks assigned to the committee. So to answer your question, as of now, this is accurate and correct.
Okay, I just want to be inclusive because we're talking about next season.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You can send text messages, the WhatsApp.
But all these names are on the WhatsApp.
I can send a message right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had a quick question.
Do you guys do internships? If not, that should be.
We do.
It's a great point. There are some paid internships. No, it's a great
So we
opportunity.
can check out Handshake, or you can always reach out to our website. There's a link to some to be and
Oh yeah, so
internships.
share information.
Yeah.
You should look at the different types of internships we have.
And this is.
I don't believe you do, but I know
So
so
where is it from? In the.
Handshake.
Justin said
This is Google
he has
Handshake.
a youth council.
Like Handshake?
Yes.
Can the community board have a youth advisory council?
You are.
A youth advisory council?
You are. This committee is. This is the youth.
But can we have a subcommittee of youth?
That is up to you to have that conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
A comment I wanted to make
And you should
was,
write that.
I don't know if you guys are still utilizing that like Instagram. You had an Instagram that was specific. I think it was like the
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really like that, and I really like what you guys posted, and I feel like it was very like engaging and interactive, and it made me think of her comment
It's
saying
so
like
much work.
sometimes it is a lot of work because I know you guys are posting
See why
all the time.
people hire people to do that.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
But I feel like even sharing resources like, like museums that are free or pay what you wish for like the youth, I feel like letting them know it's like something you can post and it just lives there forever. And
That's
it's
a
like,
great
if
point.
I'm bored on a Saturday, I can look at the Instagram and see things that are accessible to me.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's reaching you.
Accessible things in like, especially New York City, like
Yes.
so
Yeah.
many, and it be free,
Yes.
low price. It's just the
Getting it out.
reaching out,
100%
and spreading the word.
Yeah.
in a centralized way.
That's
Yes.
true. Because there is a lot of things in the city. I feel like I don't.
Yeah,
don't
Just
know.
hearing about it, or
Yeah.
just badass, or yep.
All
It's
right.
not sponsored now.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's nothing.
I had just 2 more points,
Okay.
because I was informed, or I was reminded, so just Vanessa Gibson's office wanted me to let you guys know that there's a Bronx Youth, career fair. It's happening tomorrow at the Bronx Borough Hall from 10 to 2 p.m. So it's gonna be in person there, the direction
When they're
is.
supposed to be in school?
No, not for people who, it's just young adults who are looking for career fairs.
Oh,
So it'd be, I know some people or some employers are Pix11, AT&T, Verizon,
Nice.
Montefiore, Amazon. So there was a flyer for that. It's at 851 Grand Concourse, Bronx, New York, 10451. If you'd like the flyer, please let me know. I could pass it around.
Is it a physical or a PDF?
PDF.
Do you mind putting it in the
Yeah,
chat?
maybe you could
Yeah,
drop
for
it.
sure. I'll put it in the
Boost
chat
it.
and then
Yeah.
we can share it along. But I'm just saying for the
And we can post it
community
on our
members.
socials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
post it on socials. Yeah, there we go. As well. And just one more thing too from Justice Sanchez's office. There was mentioned before about the youth council. That's going to be May 30th, 5 p.m. at 416 Walton Avenue.
Awesome.
So yeah.
And the council members hosting that?
Yes,
Okay.
council members hosting
What's
that.
his name, Anthony, right? Or,
Yes,
On
Anthony.
first name basis?
Jordan. Yeah. Not Anthony Jordan.
Anthony
Anthony
Jordan.
Orlando.
Wow,
All right,
you
Anthony's
were
mixed up
good job.
there. Yeah, Anthony Orlando. So I'll send that also in the WhatsApp. So we'll be
Okay.
So we'll share it and we'll put it on social media. So check us out on the Youth and Young Adult Committee on Instagram.
Amazing. Okay. Yep.
To add to you, when you asked about, is there a youth committee board? I think that would be very great if it was people like me, because I'm 23, she's 18, this group is young as well. Like, if there was more youth gathered up, maybe we can tell our friends, like, hey guys, this Saturday we're gonna have a gathering, a meeting. Everybody has their own life, everybody goes through certain things, their own personal life. So you don't know that maybe her parents might be getting beaten on next door last night and she might have a rough night. Me, on the other hand, I might have been running from the police, you know, and then her, she's like God. So it's like, you know, you never know what the next person is going through. And I think we should have more meetings, especially with the youth.
Yeah.
Because right now, the youth can take over the world.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's true. Just 2 more things. I feel like just one more thing.
Yes,
I
no.
feel like-
Joy's supposed to be at 8 o'clock, and I said we're gonna end at 8. So go ahead.
Oh, to better help like the youth. You know, I know that this was mostly about the youth and like other things like that. I want to help the youth, whatever. I feel like it's also asking the youth what they want. It's not
That
like
part.
going out with assumptions. I'm not saying I do, but I'm just saying like the youth should be more involved in things because at the end of the day, like we going to run the city.
Okay.
And you know, it's gonna be time
That's
for the
right.
Okay.
We need you. We
Listen.
need you guys. Yeah, please
So
return. Come
so
back to
I
the
love
next
this,
meeting.
but I'm an old head right now, and so the young people that I know is y'all. And I say that to say, if you guys want to see more young people here, you guys have to be the ones that are inviting the young people, right? So we extended an invite for you to come today. I need you to share this with your peoples. Share with your students, with your classmates, with your friends, with your neighbor, and bring snacks. Well, we can probably bring some snacks, and we can make it a whole vibe
Yeah.
every month that we're here, because what's the purpose?
Well, you know what? You all should really come on the 11th so that you can help inspire
Set the
us
tone
of
for
what we're
On
going
the
to
10th.
be setting.
Or the
10th.
10th.
The 10th.
I want to add that, like, we have a
Our
lot
next
of
meeting.
organizations already here.
Yep.
It's more of not about stop making the organizations. I don't want the organizations to stop. It's just I feel like you should ask the youth if we want them. You know, that's the main goal. You can make a Kids Bay, you can make an SYEP, but it's like, do we want it? You know, that's the things that you adults talk about, but us youth, us younger people are not involved in that. Now we can tell our friends like, hey guys, come through on Saturday. We're gonna have a meeting.
Yeah.
Give out a book exchange. None of my friends read books.
Right.
Some of my friends can't even read, honestly.
The attention span is
Yeah, so it's
I hear you.
Yes.
So it's, do we want these things? That's why I asked about, who are you sponsored with or working with for the book exchange? So maybe we can switch from books to maybe asthma pumps.
Okay,
That
well,
would be,
we're working with you now.
So I want to add, so we can close out, and there'll be no more after me, Chair.
Yes.
So great, thank you, everyone, for your energy tonight. It's amazing,
Yeah, it was
important
good.
to
Yes.
what we have been working on for at least the past 3 to 4 years that I've been here to encourage. So one way how you can get involved, you can become a board member. First of all, you always have a seat at this table. You don't have to sit on the side or anything else. In this committee, and in this chair, under the football chair, you have a seat at the table to always offer your opinion. And this is why we're making decisions like public session, chat it up. Are we on the right path? Are we going the right way? Are we wearing the right colors? Are we wearing out, or whatever it is? But seriously enough is to say that you could join the community board as young as 16, 17 years old. So you could be a voting member about what happens, where the trees go, where the schools go, where things are what's happening in your community. You could be engaged. And because you bring a voice of not just yourself, but for while you're outside, you can bring the voice of who's outside with you. Say, I heard this today. It's not necessarily something I'm going through, but my boy or my homegirl is going through this too. And this is what this community is about. That's why it's not just youth, it's youth, education, and young adults. So we cover everyone from from newborn all the way up to at least 25, 30 plus years old, because those are the youth. I'm sorry, everybody at the table cool. This is not but and if you're not appointed to be by the borough president or your city council member, you are encouraged. You can apply directly to us to be what's called public member, because in this committee is where everything goes down. Decisions you see us making on these at Lincoln Hospital is decisions that were made here that is being ratified, it's being agreed on by the people that are there. We are all your peers. We're this community board. When we got here, the first thing we wanted to say, what I wanted to say, because I heard young people say, nobody's asking us what's up. Nobody's asking us any questions. Nobody's even listening to us. So our voice has been silent for too long, and that's why we don't politic back and forth with y'all. And when I brought that to this board, it was like, that's true. So we are very interested. You see, there's some people around this table that are not too far from your age. They may sit at this table, but they're not removed at all too far from you. Your voice, I'm telling you, if you find out what all of us do for a living, we impact and we are involved with young people every day. We
out
take
here.
that home. We outside too. We outside where you at all the time. You probably wait till I get out the way so you don't get caught outside. But we outside too. So I say that. So I say that 2 reasons. Please, one, the first thing you could do when you have the opportunity to register to vote.
Yep.
Challenge your elected officials to be present and to be accountable. Vote, even when you think no one's speaking your language, nobody's speaking about what your issues are, nobody's talking about what you want to talk about. Vote so that you have the opportunity to say that person, to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
2 is join these local community engagement organizing committees. So you could change schools, change parks, change how hospitals respond to us, change the world. Because you're right, we're not going to be here this long. And you may be inheriting the way things are going in this world, the way that everything is going on. You may be inheriting this a little bit faster than you think you're ready for it.
Yes.
So you gotta be stepped up, be ready, and be accountable.
That's right.
We're here to hear you, even when if we're not getting it right, holler at us. Respectfully, holler at us and let us know. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. And if that is all, I think that this was a very successful meeting. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you for coming a little early, staying a little late. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
I, Joyce, second that motion.
No, you have to act. You have to stop.
I just imagine I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
There you go, and I second.
There we
Joyce.
Discussion on the motion?
Pass.
Pass. This was good.
Sorry.
How's it going? How's life?
Oh my God, I'm starting to say, who goes to Queens College?
Thank you so much.
I went to Queens College.